So, guys, did we see the beginning of the total? Did the total eclipse, rather? Let me say that again. Did the total eclipse begin the beginning of the tribulation period?
We're not raptured out yet.
No.
According to this article, it did.
Well, what if we're like post-trib or
When was
not
the last
pre-trib.
eclipse like this?
the 70s?
So
Yeah.
it probably started
Depends
then.
on what you're talking about. Was it the last eclipse
Well-
that was a total eclipse that went all the way across the United States? Because if that's
Yeah.
the case, some people are
I don't
saying
know.
that the last time that happened was before the United
Yeah.
States was a thing.
Right.
But it all depends.
Yeah.
And according to this article,
It was like 100 years ago.
it's going to start. We're going to start. Something's going to happen in
Right.
September, apparently.
Because in not exactly 7 years, but in 7 years, there's going to be another eclipse going from north to south.
Is that a religious article? Or?
Yeah, it's on readyandwatching.com.
What is their gist?
So there's a lot of numerology in here.
Yeah.
The gist is that the
I got to take my breath.
let's put it this way. You need to sort of suspend your disbelief. I like a good conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Okay? So the idea is that it has to do with the Hebrew letter Tav, which is the very last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it looks like an X. And the idea is that in 7 years, the next solar eclipse is going to come by, and it's basically it will come. I don't know if it's going to come from like this way or this way, but it's going to basically intersect the path of the one that we just had.
Yeah, it's going to make the shape.
It's going to
it.
make an X, yeah. And so,
It's getting very John Hagee in here.
and then here's where it gets better. This one says here that the temperature of the sun is 5,778, and the final Hebrew month is Elul, and it begins on exactly August 21st. Which was when the eclipse was.
Right.
And it says Elul is the final month of the Hebrew year they are currently in, which is 5777, which is our 2017, and is their year of completion. The next Hebrew calendar year is 5778. The same number as the temperature of the sun. So that means
Wow.
it's going
Dun,
to...
dun, dun.
Well, these people got long arms because they know how to reach.
Oh, yeah. they are limber because the mental gymnastics
Well-
are
And the site's called Ready and Watching.
ready and watching.
That sounds like something that gets you a restraining order.
If you remember remember that in the prophetic song, "It Is Well with My Soul,"
Yeah,
that in verse 3 or 4 it says the trump will rise,
That's true.
and
And Donald Trump
Look,
is our president.
They said that it's
Yeah.
going to be this is 7 years of tribulation, which I think that means that Trump
Yeah.
will win the next term.
Maybe he could run on that platform.
Man,
It's
Maybe,
prophecy.
maybe.
You got to vote for
All
him.
I know is we went to a funeral.
Right.
Well, I went to a funeral. You went to the whatever
Wake.
before it. Yeah. And during the funeral, they did It As Well, and I couldn't stop
Right.
laughing because of that part.
Okay.
And some other things.
So I'm like,
But it was a little weird because it was the Trump will resound. I was like, I don't know if that guy actually liked Trump or not.
we're yeah, it's bad. Does anyone have 2 Timothy 3 pulled up?
no.
Okay, good, because
I've never been asked that in my life.
It's at the bottom of the article.
it's at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
You know, Jim's whole thing on this show is he doesn't read the text going in, like the documents that we have that everyone's contributing to a week. He just comes in and goes off the cuff. Which
Look, this has been a policy of mine since first or second grade, and it's worked great for me so far.
Just go in and wing it.
Just go in.
Yeah. That's how I got through college.
yeah, that's
Got me 2 kids.
just winging it.
Just go in.
Just go. So
Edit.
do you want to keep that?
I guess 2 Timothy talks about in the last days there will be difficult times for people who will love only themselves and their money.
Yeah, because times have never been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, has it?
They'll be boastful and proud and scoffing at God, disobedient, and then there's some other stuff about how reckless people are and they'll love
Yeah.
pleasure rather than God, and there are signs and wonders and suns and moons and
stars and
Cats and
I mean,
dogs living together.
mass hysteria.
It kind of ends with people with it basically saying that just pretty much live Scripture and keep the Scripture close during those times. And
Right.
As you would any other time.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the thing about end times. Like believe this, what I'm telling you, this crazy theory. Okay, so what do I do now? Just do what you would normally do.
Just do what you would normally do.
Don't be a jerk.
That always
and-
gets me about the end, where it's always like Christians always worry about the end. It's like, well, if you believe, does it matter?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was the Left Behind books that made me start questioning the rapture.
Which
Yeah.
what's crazy is those books were coming out. There were 4 of them, I think, when I first became a Christian, and I really enjoyed them at the time.
Oh, they're good
loved
books.
them.
They're good read.
They're just fun, apocalyptic fiction.
Yeah.
If you buy that narrative and suspend whatever you believe, I enjoyed them at the time. I
yeah.
didn't finish it, but
But people took those as Bible instead of Bible
Yeah.
as Bible.
This was the honest word of God. I heard that a lot. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
no.
LaHaye and Jenkins made a lot of money off that.
Yeah, he did.
And then they had a kids version.
Man, I remember that.
I had the kids version.
Left Behind Kids.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
Pretty
dark.
much
They
after
were,
a
they
while,
were
there was
white, weren't they?
there were
And,
nice-
There was
expansive
some other
universe.
ones too.
Yeah.
They had multi-race.
I
in
worked
there.
at a. No, I meant the covers were white.
No, they
right?
were black as
Oh my goodness! No, this ain't a free speech rally. The covers were because the covers to the original series were black with the picture in the middle, the cover. And then the kids' ones were. I worked at a bookstore at the time. Like, no, there were other races in the end of the world. Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow, just
were white.
everything's just getting topical right now, isn't it? We'll get there, actually. We'll get to that.